Hi everyone, Brenda Gustin here, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes and go over the syllabus. The syllabus is really important, and I highly recommend that you make a hard copy of it, print it out, punch 3 holes in it, and stick it in your 3-ring binder. Keep it right at the beginning and refer to it often. Here's my contact information. I just realized I didn't add my phone number here, so I will do that. And for online students, the best way to reach me probably is by email. But you can see here that I have live office hours where I'm sure to be in my office. So if you're on campus, feel free to stop by during those office hours. Also, I like using Google Meet, and I have a link here that you can use. The What you can do is call me or email me and say, I'd like to meet by Google Meet, and you can do it during my office hours, or we can schedule it any other time, and that we're both available, and we can talk virtually. We can see each other. So there's lots of ways that you can get in touch with me, and don't hesitate to do that. And get help, or just talk if you just feel like you need to connect with your instructor. I'm glad to do that. So here's a little bit about the course. A lot of students take this course as a prerequisite for A&P, and it's a really good introduction to A&P. Here it talks about the book and the inclusive access. So you're going to get the lab and the lecture materials all in this one inclusive access thing that I talked about in the first video. There you go. So here's the weekly format of the class. You'll see all your assignments in the calendar. They also will be on weekly pages that are in Brightspace. So every week we'll have a module or a page that will have all the materials and everything due for that week. And the due dates will be listed in the calendar. Notice that it says under calendar that all assignment due dates will be, all assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. on Sundays at the end of each week. One major exception is the final exam, which is due at noon on Thursday of week 15. I will remind you of that. It seems like every once in a while I get somebody on a Friday or Saturday after the exam like, oh, I thought the exam was due on Sunday. No, the semester's over on Sunday. You need to our exam is due on Thursday. So I will remind you of that. But all of our other assignments are due on Sundays at the end of the week, 1 minute before midnight. Each week there will be a lecture study guide, and that will be a document that you print out. And that will have all the information, like a guideline of the lecture material that we'll be going over for the week. Excuse me. And so again, you're going to need to print those out, and you're going to fill them in using your textbook. And you'll see how you do that in another video. I will be making lecture videos. I don't do it for the very first week just because there's so much to do the first week and so many videos, and it's just a really short amount of material that we do the first week. So starting in week 2, I'll be posting lecture materials and lecture videos. You do not have to use the lecture videos. They are optional. And it's just some students like them and some students don't. You will see if you use those lecture study guides, it tells you what parts of the book you need to read and what vocabulary you need. So if you're inclined to, if you like the reading better than the lecture, doing a video, you don't need to do the videos. If you do the videos, I still recommend that you do the reading because there's not that much reading, and it's really good at enforcing the content. You can see here lecture assignments. There is a lecture assignment each week that will test you on the material that we do in lectures. And I have a little video that we talk about lecture assignments, so you'll see that coming up. And you can read this. The big thing about the lecture assignments is if you do it completely, if you do it all, you get 100%. If you don't do it, or you do part of it, you get 0 to a smaller percentage, but you'll get 100% just for completion. If you complete 50% of it, you'll get a 50% on it. And this is something that we call adaptive learning, these assignments. And so it turns out the more questions you get right, the fewer questions you get. So it pays off to do some practice and some review before you do the actual lecture assignment. Each week has a lab handout, and the lab handout will again have a list of all the activities you're going to do. Some of them are watching videos and answering questions. Others use what we call virtual labs, and that's part of the McGraw-Hill Connect product that we're using this semester. And they're a little bit more realistic kinds of things that you would do in types in the lab. Now, there's a lab quiz or a lab grade each week where you get 15 points from this lab grade. And the lab grade kind of is a bunch of things. There might be, a couple virtual labs and a lab quiz. And so several things come together to make this 15-point weekly lab quiz grade. Finally, we have lecture exams and a final exam. We have 4 lecture exams and a final exam. And these are the only things that I actually proctor in the semester, which means we use something called Respondus that will actually record you, or actually we'll take a recording of you as you're taking the test. And we'll talk about that as we get closer to a test. So you absolutely need a computer that has, obviously you need a computer with the internet to be able to do the course, but you need one that also has a camera and a microphone. And if you don't have one, those cameras they're not very expensive. You can get one that just hooks onto your camera. That's what I use at work. I don't have my computer itself doesn't have a camera in it, so I bought one. Missed exams, quizzes, and late assignments. So each week I try to have all the assignments posted by Friday. So you have the weekend and then the whole week and another weekend to finish the material. That means for week 1 material, which starts the first week of class, is due on the following Sunday. So you have a whole week to do that. And it's due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. I really want to encourage you not to wait until Sunday at 6 p.m. to start your assignments. This course, when it's live, has 5 hours in class. And then you still have to study or do homework and things like that. So you've got to think this class is going to take at least 5 hours, possibly 10 hours a week to get it done. So if you're going to wait until Sunday evening, you're going to put yourself under a lot of pressure. And frankly, you're not going to remember very much of what you're doing. So try to spread out your work in the course for each week over the week. Schedule times that you do your human biology course. If you do it, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12 to 1 or whatever it is. And then you have some extra time on Friday afternoon. That is your lab time. So do a couple hours there, but spread it out. So it says late assignments will be accepted up to 1 week after the due date, but you can only get 50% of the possible points on a late assignment. So you can hand in assignments late, or you can complete assignments late up to a week after, so you can get till the next Sunday at 11:59 p.m., but you only get 50% of the points. If you have a significant problem, let me know as soon as possible. I've had people get COVID. That you don't wait until you get better to talk to me. You tell me as soon as you can and ask if you can have an extension on a specific assignment. I try not to do that because I only find the people that get extensions only make themselves late for the next assignments. But talk to me if you're having problems. So don't wait too long. Because the way the assignments are graded, these Connect assignments, you get 100% if you do it. It's okay if you miss 1 or 2. It's not going to impact your grades if you do most of them. Just organization, 3-ring binder. You want to print the syllabus, you want the lecture study guides, and you're also going to print the lab handouts. So you need access to a printer. We have tutoring services, and there's information there. Here's the summary of all of our points. I'll have people that ask me, well, are we going to have to hand in lab reports? Are we going to have to do this or that? This is all the points you're going to get through the whole semester for a total of 710. So you can write in your grades that you got right here. These grades will also be in Brightspace, so you'll be able to see your current grade at any time that you want during the course. There's my grading scale. And this is the class schedule. Looks like I'm falling off the page here. Here's the class schedule as far as what we're going to do each week. So that week number 1, and in this course, I kind of keep track of what week we're in. So in week number 1, we're going to be talking about the scientific method, and the lab is going to be on the scientific method. Week number 2, chemistry, and the lab's going to be on chemistry. And then you can see we get to week 4, we have exam number 1, and we have a little bit of lecture material, but we don't have a lab that week. We have a couple of break weeks that we don't do anything, but I try to set up the materials so you can do the materials during the next week materials during break if you want to get a little bit ahead. And you can see all of that on there. And then I try to remind you the final exam is due at 12 noon on Thursday. So I will be reminding you that multiple times. So there's the syllabus. Go print it out and go on to the next section in Brightspace.